Well, Kim Kardashian has recently made headlines because she has declared that she has been studying to become a lawyer. Now, the reason why this has made the kind of headlines that it is because, of course, when people think of Kim Kardashian, they don't think of law. Okay. They don't even think of education. Okay. They don't even think of books unless it's Vogue or Cosmopolitan or something like that. But the reason why it is making like a lot of headlines and a lot of people are discussing it and talking about it is based on the way she is going about doing it. Now, before I get into how she's doing it, a lot of people already know she comes from a family, or not necessarily a family. Her father was the defense attorney, one of the defense attorneys of O.J. Simpson, and they successfully, defended him in 1995, in the murder trial of Nicole Brown Simpson. Also, in the last year or so, she has been a criminal justice reform advocate working along Van Jones, and she helped get clemency for Alice Marie Johnson. You may remember her. She's a 63-year-old great-grandmother who was sentenced to life in prison for a nonviolent drug offense. And she, I guess, pulled her little strings, and you know how chummy Kanye West is with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump basically granted this woman clemency. Okay, and so Kim made the decision that she wanted to become serious about law and study the law. And I guess because she started getting a lot of comments saying, you've never been to school, you didn't even finish college, and how are you, now studying for the bar? And that's when she decided that she needed to explain herself. And so in regular Kim Kardashian fashion, she posted the following post. And let me read it to you. She says, "Last year, I registered with the California State Bar to study law. For the next 4 years, a minimum of 18 hours a week is required. I will take written and multiple choice tests monthly. As my first year is almost coming to an end, I am preparing for the baby bar, a mini version of the bar which is required when studying law this way. I've seen some comments from people who are saying it's my privilege or money that got me here, but that's not the case. The state bar doesn't care who you are. Everyone can take this route if you live in a state where this is allowed. It's true I did not finish college. You need 60 college credits. I had 75 to take part in reading the law, which is an in-office law school being apprenticed by lawyers. For anyone assuming this is the easy way out, it's not. My weekends are spent away from my kids while I read and study. I work all day, put my kids to bed, and spend my nights studying. I changed my number last year and disconnected from everyone because I have made this strict commitment to follow a dream of mine. It's never too late to follow your dreams. I'd like to thank Van Jones for believing in me and introducing me to Jessica Jackson. Jessica, along with Aaron Haney, have taken on the role of my mentors, and I am forever grateful to them both putting in so much time with me, believing in me, and supporting me through this journey. This week, I have a big torts essay due on negligence. Wish me luck." And so, I guess according to Kim, she's serious about this. Now, she's acting like she's one of those moms that, she's a single mom out here juggling several kids, and she has to wait until her babies go to bed before she can go study at night, when we know she has a ton of nannies, okay, that follow her around. I know what she posts online, but don't let that fool you. They have a whole staff there that are helping them take care of those kids. Okay. Kim is doing a whole lot of stuff. Now, do I honestly believe she's dedicating a minimum of 18 hours, a week or whatever she said to studying? I don't know. I have no idea. But the reason why she's able to do this, and the fact that she did not finish college, is because California is actually one of those states that does not require a law degree as a prerequisite for taking the bar exam. And Vermont doesn't, Virginia or Washington does it. Okay. And she's taken advantage of that. These states allow people to become law readers by apprenticing with a practicing lawyer for a designated amount of time each week. Programs vary from state to state, and Kim Kardashian is participating in the California Law Office or Judges Chamber program, which requires applicants to complete a form giving notice of intent to study in a law office or judges' chambers. And they pay an initial fee of $158, as well as other paperwork, and they have to also submit other fees every 6 months throughout the program. After 1 year as an apprentice, applicants qualify to take the first year's law student's examination known as the baby bar, which she mentioned. If they pass this exam, legal hopefuls are permitted to continue studying for 3 more years. The program requires a total of 4 years as an apprentice at a law office or in a judge's chamber. She says she's been completing 18 hours a week supervised study since July. And like she already mentioned, her mentor lawyers, Jessica Jackson and Aaron Haney. It's a Oakland-based prison reform organization co-founded by Jackson and Van Jones. Now, that is where I kind of like, okay. Now, even though she sit here and say, well, anybody can do it. Okay, technically that's true. If you live in those states, technically anybody can do it. But everybody doesn't know Van Jones, okay? And everybody doesn't have access to an apprenticeship like that. And that's why a lot of people are having trouble with what she's saying, because they feel like this. Even though she says anybody can do it, everybody doesn't have the privileges that she has to find a mentor that way. Okay, mentors are very hard to find. And I've been seeing that online. A lot of people that's been dragging her, a lot of people that are in law school right now or just finished law school, they're having a hard time finding a mentor. All right, it's difficult to do, even if you do it the regular way. And that's why a lot of people are having trouble with her, because they're like, listen, we've been in college all these years. We got our bachelor's degree. We are in law school right now. And you're meaning to tell me you're going to bypass all of that and you're going to become a lawyer simply because you go and hang out in a law office? And we all know that Kim is not going to truly be able to commit herself like that, as all the stuff that she does, all the businesses that she has, everything that she's into. Do you really think she's going to be able to truly understand the law to the fullest extent if she does it this way? I'm just skeptical. I really am. And I think that this is where privilege comes into play. Now, about that baby bar, she says she aced it. She aced my test, by the way. She says she aced the baby bar exam. Okay. Now, again, from what I've read, it's like out of 15,000 people who have attempted it, I think it's like maybe a tiny amount of people have actually gotten that far. Because again, you're skipping all these steps. You're skipping all these steps to get to the actual bar exam. So she plans on taking the bar exam in 2022. If you think, if she's going to take all that time, she's been doing this since 2018, a lot of people feel like, why didn't you just go to law school? Why didn't you just go to law school? You know, and that's why a lot of people are feeling a type of way. And to turn the knife even more into those law students, she already has a job offer from Robert Shapiro. He was one of the guys on the O.J. Simpson defense team. All right, so it's just like the rich just keeps getting richer. So anyway, I want to play this clip that I have of Ebony K. Williams. She is a real lawyer, and she was on the Breakfast Club recently, and they asked her about Kim Kardashian. Go ahead and listen to this.
What do you think about Kim K? You know, she announced that she wants to go to law school.
She's coming in your field, Eb.
She coming for me.
She can steady under you.
She coming for me, sure. You know, first statement on that, I welcome any and everybody, black, white, other, male, female, to come join the forces of advocacy and fighting a good fight. She did not say she wanted to go to law school, though, Envy, and that's my issue. What she said was she does not. She wants to circumvent classical legal education.
But they said you can do that in California.
You can do it. But let's look at California bar passage rates, which are by far the low. They're about 40%. They low as hell. They lower than any other state in the country, almost by half. And that is because two things are happening. You got some individuals doing what you're talking about, Angela, circumventing law school, getting an apprenticeship, and just saying, I'm going to just take a random ass bar exam and not really know what I'm talking about. Or you go into uncredited law schools, which is a hustle. And so you're not prepared. You know, I love the law. I'm a lawyer to my heart. My lens comes through a legal lens all day, all the time. But we have to know what we're doing, because we're holding people's life and liberty in our hands. Like, the stakes are really high. I think she's doing work in the criminal justice reform space. She's making calls. She's leveraging her relationships, you know, to help people get out of custody, maybe early. That's great.
Her privilege, actually.
Yeah, and very, very much so her privilege. But let's not mistake that for actual legal knowledge.
She should go to school.
And legal experience. She should go to school. Angela, if she said, I want to do this the right way, I want to do this in a way that honors precedents and statutes and all the things that are going to be required of me if I'm really in that courtroom, and when the shit really hit the fan, I got all the tools in my tool belt to be the advocate my client deserves. I support it all day.
That's a classy way of Ebony saying, I don't respect that shit.
I don't respect that shit. Yeah, I don't.
So yeah, that's Ebony K. Williams. She is an actual lawyer. All right. She was a Fox reporter on Fox News. She was on the Fox News channel. She's not there anymore. But I do respect what she said there. And a lot of people feel that way. Is Kim going to really know the law? Is she really going to understand the law if she is honestly sitting there? And based on what I'm seeing from her, she is attempting to get into criminal justice. So that means she wants to defend people. And their life, their liberty will honestly be in her hands. And if she doesn't know the law, and she's not well read, and she doesn't understand all this stuff, which you get from law school. There's a lot of people in law school right now who, they're studying cases. Okay, they're practicing, they're actually arguing cases. This is what they have to do. How is she going to get that if she's honestly an apprentice? And like I said, do you honestly see Kim Kardashian being apprenticed in a way that maybe someone else is? Those lawyers probably barely at the office anyway. Okay, Kim is running businesses. She's probably in and out of there. Okay, she's probably doing a lot of her apprenticeship, through text messaging. Who knows? Okay, now I'll play devil's advocate for a minute. If you, in fact, lived in one of these states and you had the opportunity to, in fact, take advantage of, you didn't have to finish, get your bachelor's, and you didn't have to go to law school, and you could do this, would you take advantage of it? Maybe a lot of people would. They'll be like, you know what? Yeah, hell yeah, I'd take advantage of this if I didn't have to go into massive debt to go to law school and I could find an apprentice. That's the problem though here. Most people, regular people, last name not Kardashian, will find it very, very difficult to find a mentor in a law office. A lot of law offices don't even respect this way of becoming a lawyer. Okay? A lot of them aren't going to take you on. It's her name. It's who she is. So in this case, it's not about what she knows. It's about who she knows. She knows all the right people. And so Kim Kardashian can't sit here and act like anybody can do it. Yes, anybody technically could take this route. But can anybody get their foot in the door into like a law office and be apprentice? Probably not. A lot of people cannot do it. And once again, a lot of people don't pass the bar. So I will be really, really, really curious to see if she actually passes the bar, because a lot of smart people I know personally, they didn't pass the bar the first time. Okay, so I'm just going to be curious. If she aces it like she does her baby bar, I'm going to have to call her Aunt Becky on this one. Okay. I mean, would you want your doctor to not go to medical school and to go ahead and diagnose you, prescribe you medicine, and operate on you? No. So why wouldn't you want your lawyer? Now, I know they're two different professions, but again, I want my lawyer to know the damn law, because if you get up there defending me, I want to make sure you know what you're supposed to know, because my life and liberty is in your hands. And I'm sorry, but I just don't necessarily respect this way. I don't respect it. No more do I respect when I see people up here getting these honorary doctorates. You have people up here that be in school for years, 7, 8 years trying to get their PhD, and some celebrity come along and they get an honorary doctorate degree from a university. And you feeling like, wait, I'm like $200,000 in debt, and you come up here and you get an honorary doctorate, you get a PhD. Come on now, seriously. And I do feel a certain type of way and I do feel for those people who have been studying for years, and then they see her post this mess. I know why they're in their feelings, and I honestly understand why they are in their feelings about it. It's just this generation that likes to take shortcuts. This is letting this generation know, you know what? You don't have to, go through the process. You can skip steps and still do it. That's what this generation has been about. It's just skipping steps. They want it fast. They want it right now. Well, I think that whether she goes to law school or not, her privilege is going to help her get other people out of jail. And more power to her. If she can help people get out of jail with her privilege, more power to her. I'm not one of those people that stand for Kim Kardashian. I hate to see black women like go up for this woman. But once again, I'm just asking. I want to ask you guys, do you think that she is wrong in doing this? Or is it just the system? I mean, is she to blame, or is it the states that allow it to blame? Because honestly, if the states allow it, why wouldn't people take advantage of it? That's the only question I have. Do you think that Kim is, do you think it's unfair of how she's doing it? or should we blame the system that's set up for people like her? And again, her privilege is going to, get her very, very far. So, I'm just wondering. I just wonder what you guys think. Like I said, a lot of people have been talking about this. I really think that she should just take her ass to law school. Since she's not going to take the bar until 2022, she might as well just went to regular law school and actually educated herself on the law instead of taking this route. But, some people would probably do it too. Let me know what you guys think. If you had the opportunity and you were one of these states, would you take the shortcut and get an apprenticeship if you could? Or would you just go ahead, and go to law school? Let me know what you guys think.